Okay, that should be good to go. I'll bring it up a little bit. All right. Hey everyone, Steven here, And if you read the title of the stream, you've read right. Oh, let me go ahead and get in the garden. And that is that, there we go. That this is going to be the last Chao Garden live stream for a while. Now, I've been debating this for quite a while. Like, I know one of the viewers that recommended, why not try out Tomodachi Life? At the time, I didn't really think much about it because, you know, I was streaming this. And also, you know, it didn't really seem like a game I was interested in. But I've been taking some time to think lately. Like, I actually saw some other people play Tomodachi Life, and, like, they were actually having a really fun time with it. I was amazed by how much funny stuff was going on. There was that, and lately, the Chao Garden streams have been struggling a little bit. And, you know, I'm not saying it's anyone's fault, just for the record. Nobody's at fault. It's just, it's been kind of hard to, you know, keep people coming back for more during these streams. So it's like, you know how I have each of the chows here and they belong to a viewer. And part of the charm of the Chao Garden live stream is that they could, you know, see the chows grow. But, you know, it's like, maybe some people think, oh, it can get better if you put your mind to it. Well, that's the thing. Like, I have been putting my mind to it. But it's like, I feel like especially with the latest Chao Garden live streams, it's been a bit of a struggle to make it fun, you know? And, like, you know, if we're not having fun with this, then, you know, what's the point? Now, just to clarify, like, this isn't to say we're saying goodbye to this, like, forever. Like, the only way I would say, like, oh, this is going to be goodbye forever is if for some reason Sonic Adventure 3 comes out with a new Chao Garden. And there has been rumors going around that we're supposed to be getting a major Sonic Central. And, you know, the way they've been hyping up all this Chao stuff, like the Chao Tales, that little Tales channel special where Cream was talking about the Chao Garden. I don't know. Like, it could be possible. But it's like, that would be the only scenario where we would actually say goodbye to this, you know, permanently, because it would be a new Chao Garden. But hey, what are the odds of that happening, right? So this is just, you know, we're gonna put this away for a little bit. And, you know, maybe we'll revisit this at a later point, but right now the top thing is I want to give Tomodachi Life a chance. Also, Rustbolt, good to see you. Oh, there's also Cathar too. Your local neighborhood brother here to report. Why does it have to rain every time I get the mower ready? That sounds more like a skill issue, bro. I need to help you fix the channel point redeems. They're still coming from my old stuff. Yeah, like, I still haven't figured out the channel point thing. But then again, like, you know, the Twitch channel has only recently been becoming active. Like, most of the time, it was just, like, YouTube chat. I would just pay attention to the YouTube chat. Also, hi, Connor and Michael Skyline, speaking of. Rustbolt says, it's been so long and I feel bad I wasn't here. Don't feel bad, you're fine. You know, like, people have things to do. That's just part of life. Like I said, I'm not blaming anybody. It's just that, you know, I'm going to try a new idea. So, next week, I'm going to try Tomodachi Life, you know, just to test the waters, because I heard some people asking about it, and we're going to try it. So, like, if it does well enough, it can stay. but only if it does well enough. Like, if it gets just as much, if not more viewers live than this, then I'll consider keeping it around. Cathark Act 2 says, Tomodachi Life is so good. It has a lot of room for wild stuff to happen. Alright, well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, like, I watched another streamer, like Matt Bragg, who also streams Tomodachi Life, and he's been having a blast with it, so. Michael Skyline says, did my message with my friend code appear in the general chat? I could have sworn it showed up on Discord. I could check again. Kind of a new game called Bobo Bay. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Bobo Bay's like that fan-made Chao game, right? Oh, hey, it's Boo's birthday. Maybe we could just shove you over there. Okay. God, I hate it when, like, the Chao has a birthday and nobody can get to him. This sucks. I gotta go buy cake for everybody. Yeah. It's on Steam. Then we had to restart Discord. Yeah, because I could have sworn I saw that message there, Michael Skyline, so it should be there. Alright, now I gotta go buy cake for everybody. But isn't there like another Chao Garden-like game where it's like, the babies you raise turn into, like, vehicles? And it's supposed to be this fusion of, like, Kirby Air Riders and the Chao Garden? I think that was the one that caught more of my interest because one of the characters is actually voiced by the original voice actor for Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, the original Sonic Adventure 2 Battle version. I mean, it doesn't cost me any rings, so. I've never seen that one. So, either on Twitch or YouTube, does anyone remember that? Like, for the life of me, I just can't remember the name. Right, I forgot about the water. I forgot about the moat. All of you get over here. There you go, there you go. You get over here too. And where's Boo? He's supposed to be the birthday boy. There you go. Rifkin, you get your butt back here. One for you. One for you. One for you. Get back here. And one for you. Rifkin, finish what you eat. How many Chao Gardens are in total in SA2? 3. So there's like the Neutral Garden, the Hero Garden, and the Dark Garden. There's always been 3. It's just they use different mods to use like to make different skins. Or no, mods to apply different skins to the garden, so that's why they look so different. Roswell says they're all so cute. Yeah, so because this is going to be the last Chao Garden for a while, we're not going to focus on adding any new Chaos to the garden. Like, for the Tomodachi Life live streams, I'm going to give them 3 streams. And to give them the best chance of succeeding, they'll be on weekdays and not weekends. If they do good enough on the weekdays, we'll keep them around as a regular part of the channel. If not, well, we'll see. Of course, there's also the new Star Fox game coming out next month. You know I'm going to be streaming that. There you go. But it's like, we'll see, you know. I see a lot of potential for Tomodachi Life, and we'll see what happens. Now, in terms of, like, adding people to Tomodachi Life, I know I want to add, like, you know, myself, Billy, Sean, and Nicole as some of the characters, but if you want to add your own character in, or if you want to have a character of your own in the Tomodachi world, I want to ask that those characters be made up, because I've seen all sorts of crazy shenanigans go on in there, and I don't want anything to turn, like, too awkward for real life, you know? And as for the stream itself, it'll probably go till like 6:30 because, afterwards, me and my family are gonna watch Apothecary Diaries, which is an anime that, surprisingly enough, has got even Mom to like it. And my mom doesn't even like watching anime that much. Like, it is very rare for Mom to watch an anime with us. Like, the Netflix version of One Piece, that's one of those... I don't have the Tomodachi game, but I've been hearing good things about it. Yeah, apparently everybody's been going crazy about it. And apparently the physical copies keep getting sold out like crazy. Of course, me, I always go for the digital version for convenience, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's see. I'm also going to check to see if Billy's able to pop in, because I actually got his package, and I told him I would only unbox it if he watches it. Yeah, and a running gag I do with Billy is, I would say, hey, Billy, a bunch of times just to get on his nerves. There we go. The GameStop I normally go to sold out 4 times? Oh my god. Like, I can't help but wonder, like, I'm sure I'll experience it myself, but what exactly about it is that... What exactly about it makes Tomodachi Life so popular? Like, you know... Before I actually saw people play the game, I'll be honest, like, it was one of those games I wouldn't even think too much about, you know? Oh, since you're here, Connor, was there anything you wanted to say to Nagoshi? Who was crying? Oh, Gino. There we go. I gotcha. Actually, I should be giving you guys chow fruits now that I think about it. There we go. Super Mario Galaxy is really fun. I can't believe I never touched it. Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like you discover a game for the first time. It's a really special feeling, you know? Oh, look at Sage. Also, Cathark, if you're still there, for some reason your chat's not showing up. Like, only Rustbolt is showing up on the, stream chat. Or maybe that's just a glitch with stream elements or something. Hold on. Let me go get Nagoshi for you. Not you. Hold up. There we go. Connor the Dragon says, I'm happy how you turned out, Nagoshi, and for beating a Chaos Chao, and I hope you continue protecting the garden. Aww. It's so sweet. And Nagoshi's really happy to hear that, Connor. Stream Elements could be having problems today if I had to guess. Well, it's been happening more than one day, unfortunately. Well, if it's on Stream Elements, then I can't really do much about it. I just know about it because I'm looking at it from my phone, too. Yeah, there, your daddy's proud of you. Your daddy's so proud of you. Discord was having issues yesterday, too. Yeah, I heard that from a lot of people. I hope Steven's still not salty. What? Of course not. Of course not. I'm kidding. You're fine. Speaking of which, I gotta get Dash from school. Alright, Dash, since we're saying goodbye to everybody for a while, I'll take you out of your punishment so you can go back to the garden with the rest of the Chao. And I had to sacrifice you to the blood gods. I'm kidding. Finally, I'm out of here. Let me tell you. I felt like it was purgatory. What happened to that other voice you were doing? I got sick and tired of it. Like, it's only so long you can do a voice for. I hear that. By the way, I'm not sure if you heard, but the Chao Garden's gonna shut down. Wait, what? No, hold on. Hear me out. It's not permanently, but why is it shutting down? I don't know. Maybe the creators got bored or something. Look, it's not the end of the world. We were just taking a little break, you know? Maybe just need a break for people. But I need to be given attention on a daily basis. But you have us. Well, yeah, but what happens when the creators go away? Well, I guess time stands still, I guess? Actually, that might not sound like a bad thing. I'm tired. Rustbolt says, where's my Chao at? What was your Chao's name again? Was it Rusty, or... Yeah, if you can remind me of which Chao it was. It's been quite a while. Rusty. Okay. Yeah, he's still here. Also, there's a new skin for the garden. There he is. We should bring Eggman to say goodbye to his Chao stage. Yeah, you're right. We'll bring him in a little bit. Oh, Rusty. Good to see you. So, Rustbolt, is there anything you'd like to say to Rusty? Since we don't really know when the next time we're gonna have this. Rustbolt says, Shadow will always care for you, even if he doesn't show it. Aww. Of course, I do show love and affection to you, Rusty. You may not always understand it, but you must know that I love you. Now then, time to go take a dip. Whee! Anyway. I should get someone to play on the piano. Hold on. This guy. I'm gonna go over here. Go to Chao. Ace friendly. I'm gonna set his boredom to max. See if I can get him to play on the piano. Where is that setting? There it is, boredom. There we go. Here, why don't you play the piano for us, Ace Frehley? There we go. Ah! Ace Frehley, I said play the piano, not bend the laws of reality. Last down says, when I played SA2, I didn't really pay attention to the Chao Garden. It's interesting to see its features. Yeah, like, I played Sonic Adventure 2 with a story at first, but then I got drawn into the Chao Garden so much that I was playing the Chao Garden a lot more than I was playing Sonic Adventure 2. And I really grew attached to them back in the day. Oh, he's playing it again. Let me get an audience over here. Buddy, get over here. Ridiculous! This is so adorable. Aw, that is so sweet. And then they all fell asleep. Okay. They've earned their sleep. Bring the camera a little closer. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning back because I'm still dealing with a little bit of back problems. It's getting a little better, but still a little sore. Let me go and bring Dr. Eggman in so he can say goodbye to Sage. Where's he? Where's he? Where's my baby? Sage! Sage, listen to me! Listen to me! Listen to me, Sage! I'm putting you in the corners that way none of the other Chows can hear me. Listen, I hear that the Chao Garden is gonna be ending soon. I don't know how long, or if it's all permanent or temporary, but listen to me very carefully. I want you to pack your things, right? Pack your things, and then meet me at the entrance of the Chao lobby. I'll get you out of here. Now, if anyone asks, do not tell them anything. Just tell them you're going to summer camp. Summer camp, yes, because all schools have summer camps these days. So, you pack your things, and if the Chao asks, you're going to summer camp, but you're going away with me. We can forget all about these other Chows, but you're the only one I'm saving, okay? I love you. Oh, and one more for the oh, and one more just because I could. I know how you like those shakes. Now go hang out with your friends before you have to say goodbye and go to summer camp. Remember, it's summer camp. Don't forget it. Also, finish what you eat. Alright. Don't forget, Sage. Daddy loves you.
Select a stage. Who will you be?
There we go. So, for those that are watching, in the event where we do get a, if we do end up getting a Sonic Central video where they're announcing the latest Sonic stuff, what kind of stuff are you expecting? Like maybe more updates on Sonic Cross Worlds, or like a new Sonic game, or maybe a new Chao Garden? I think right now I'm just gonna sit back and let the Chows do their own thing while we relax. Oh, but before I do that, I do have to say, Sonic, who's is intentionally misnamed. I gotta tell you something. Your father, Z Creates, couldn't be here today because he has a very important Smash Bros. Tournament, and we're all gonna root him on. And I know how you might be feeling. You might be feeling that how dare Z Creates choose a Smash Brothers tournament over you, his loving and adoring son. But don't take it the wrong way. Don't take it the wrong way. You know, it's like, we should be cheering him on, wishing him the best, and he wanted me to pass the message on that he loves you very much. Alright? Now go have fun. Oh, come on! Weren't you just fed earlier, Dr. Finifidus? Whatever his name is. We're gonna make you run. Or not. Okay, fine, take it. Though I will say I am happy that we were able to do some Chao Garden live streams. Like, I remember when we first started, it was during, like, it was like a live stream month, another month of April tradition, where we were trying different live stream ideas, and the Chao Garden live stream was what was the most successful out of them. So that's why they stuck around for so long, and then later on, I learned about Chao World Extended and how easy it was to do. So, like, oh, hold on. Here you go. So, like, after a while, I played around with Chao World Extended, got some mods, and, you know, we made some good times. Made some good memories, you know? It's just now we're gonna try to move on to new things, you know? Ooh, Billy's online. Let me see if I can get him on the stream. Hold on, he might be coming on. Yeah, let me switch to the other chows. Okay, so Billy might be coming on in a bit, which is good because he gets to say goodbye to Rifkin. And we'll put him in Discord voice chat and open the box, because Billy sent me a couple things. One of them is the Starlink Battle for Atlas. Another thing is something I can't really say. I can show, but I can't say. Now, so I got the package, and I was undoing the tape, and I remembered, oh, wait a minute. I promised Billy that I wouldn't open it until, I was live and he was watching. I wonder if Meddler ever got the chance to see his Chao evolve into this, because, like, this was what Meddler wanted, and the Chao came out really amazing. Like, I really love how Meddler came out. Or, Emmy, I should say. Who knows? Maybe Meddler will show up and get to say his goodbyes to him, you know? To her, I should say. Oh, speak of the devil, Meddler's here. Says, I see him right now in all his red, yellow, and pink glory. Hee-ho! Yeah, to be honest, Meddler, I was worried you weren't gonna make it. So yeah, like, this is the Chao I wanted, and, like, I could perfectly understand why you wanted a Devil Chaos Chao, because, like, and the reason why you chose this color scheme, because it literally looks like the Chao is on fire. And, did you happen to see the GIF I made about him a while back? Did you see that? Like, it should be in the Discord chat under the, Chao Garden tab. It should still be there. But it was like, it was a certain action, Emmy was doing. Where it's like, I absolutely had to make a gif out of it. Like, the Chao woke up and chose violence. But anyway, Meddler, I'm not sure if you read the Discord announcement, but this is going to be the last Chao Garden, Chao World Extended Livestream for a while. And the reason is we're going to be trying Tomodachi Life, giving that game a chance, and then seeing how well that does. A lot of bright, dark Chaos Chao have great color schemes. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing that. So, like... Ooh, hold on. I gotcha. Yeah, let me feed you. So it's not to say, like, this is goodbye for good. It's just, we're trying something different, and this is going to go away for a while. So, if there's anything you'd like to say to your baby devil, your devil baby, now's probably the best time. God, Chaos are very loud snorers. But then again, I'm a loud snorer too, so... Smarty, come on. Yeah. Oops! Oh, you wanted to play with the ball! Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, great. Speaking of which, 10 days left until episode 9 of the Amazing Digital Circus. The Amazing Digital Circus is not until June. So we're about a month away. Yeah, like the theatrical release is like early June, unless they change something. Meddler says, "Yep, that GIF in the Discord is a very Emmy thing for him to do." Okay, just want to make sure you saw that GIF. It was like I just absolutely had to show it to you. Wait, did the camera just... Oh my god, the camera actually moves the ball. I never noticed that. Eh. My bad, I misread the release date. It's all good, just wanted to check. Yeah, I know a lot of people were rather upset that, that the finale of the Amazing Digital Circus, was getting a theatrical release because there was this, promise that was made by Glitch Productions originally that, all the episodes of the Amazing Digital Circus would show up on YouTube first. And who is crying now? Come on, you're a grown baby. You can get food yourself. Anyway, people were upset that, it was getting released in theaters. But here's the thing, like, what Luke and Kevin are trying to do with this is very ambitious. You know, kind of like, with Mark and his movie, with his movie Iron Lung. What they're trying to do is get an indie-made project into the big screen. And, like, trying to show that you don't need to be this AAA Hollywood company just to get movies shown into theaters. Like, we've had the success of Iron Lung, And if this does good enough, the Amazing Digital Circus finale, if it does well enough, then this could open the door for like other indie series or like other indie groups for them to show their work on theaters. And if you ask me, it's a good thing for theaters too, because guess what? Movie theaters have been struggling a lot in recent years. With services like Netflix, Paramount Plus, and all that stuff, you know, there are many people that might not see a point in going to movie theaters anymore. Like, it's got so bad. Oh, hey, Jay Webster, how's it going? Like, Michael Skyline says, if TADC succeeds, it'll be history made. Absolutely. Yeah, this will be a very historic moment. LZ Creates, I thought you said you were going to the Smash Bros. Tournament. Meddler says, now that you mention it, the camera can move quite a few objects. I think you can also drag the Chao too. But only in SADX. Oh, that's so cute. But anyway, it's like, movie theaters kind of need this success too, because, with all the digital streaming services, movie theaters have been struggling a lot. Like, to the point where movie theaters had gotten the idea of like, hey, why don't we let people rent out movie theaters to play video games? Something that hasn't been missed before. Like, you know, that alone says a lot. That movie theaters are willing to do that. So, so what was I saying? Ah, yes. So, like, if this works, this can benefit indie animations. This could benefit small creators. And it could also benefit movie theaters, too. It could keep them around. So it would be a win-win for everybody involved. Jay Webster. So the announcement is this is going to be the last Chao Garden live stream for a while. Reason being is because these streams have been struggling a little bit. Again, nobody's fault. It's just, you know, maybe people have lost interest. But we're also going to give Tomodachi Life a try next week. And see how well that does. I'll give it about 3 streams. If the live viewership is just as good, if not better, than what we get here already, then Tomodachi Life can stay. But we'll see what happens. So right now we're just taking some time. We're gonna play until 6:30. You know, we're just gonna spend a little bit of last time with the Chao, and you know, if you want to say like, if you have a Chao in the garden, if you want to say goodbye to that Chao for a while. We're not going to add any new Chaos to the garden because, you know, we don't really know what's going to happen. Secret says, it was an online tournament, but I just got eliminated from the losers bracket, but it was a fun time. Hey, as long as you had fun. But since you're here, was there anything you wanted to say to your Chao? We don't know when the next time we'll be seeing him. And, like, if there is an upcoming Sonic Central and we do get another Chao Garden, you know, you never know. Michael Skyline says, yeah, there's something special about seeing exclusives in the theaters. Yeah, it, like, when it comes to theaters, it's not just about, you know, watching a movie. It's about experiencing the ambience. Like, being in an environment for, like, a special occasion. J-Web says, for me, it's 5:50. Okay, I should have said 6:30 my time. So we got, like, hour and a half left. Secret says, see you later, my baby boy. I'll miss you. And I'm sure Sonic will miss you too. Now, I will say, in the event where we do get a new Chao Garden for some reason, as low as a chance... Oh my god, who is crying out? in the event where, you know, we somehow get a new Chao Garden, what I may do is do a screenshot of all the mods I have installed. So this is it. The end of days has finally arrived.
End of days? What are you talking about?
You didn't hear? They're eliminating us. They're killing us. The end of days is here. The apocalypse is here.
Buddy, I think you need to go to sleep. Seriously.
No, I heard of the Zills. The garden's gonna be shut down, and
Look, buddy, you worry too much. The garden's not going anywhere. We're too adorable and marketable for that to happen.
you must be getting conflicting messages.
But, you know, like, it would be weird if the garden were to, like, shut down permanently. Like, maybe take a break, maybe? But, you know, I don't see it shutting down. Like, we're just way too popular, you know?
We shall see.
Okay, who in the world is crying?
Oh, there we go. Joe Worcester says, I like your Chao streams. I'm sorry this short. Oh, yeah, like, well, it's okay. Nobody's at fault. You know, it's like, I appreciate when you guys come around, but it's like, you know, I also understand that, you know, okay, who in the world? Dash! I raised you to be better than that. As I was saying, just look at the two of us staring off into the night. Now take your darn Chao fruit. So it's like, you know, life's life, you know, a number of things could happen. Like, you know, maybe people got tired of watching the streams, or maybe, you know, maybe people have other things going on. Like there's stuff other people gotta take care of. You know, it could be a number of things. Or it could be they just got bored with this, you know? Who knows? Oh, for the you are just a bottomless pit, aren't you? But yeah, like, nobody, like, it's nobody's fault. And, you know, like, since a lot of people are enjoying Tomodachi Life, we'll give that a try and see how well it goes, you know? Anyway, I gotta get some more water. I'll be right back. All right. So Michael Skyline says, there's one indie movie I'm looking forward to seeing, and sadly, it's the final movie that Power Rangers stars Jason David Frank starred in. What indie movie is that? All right, let's move on to a different garden. Legend of the White Dragon. Is that like a documentary or something? Oh, look at those Chao fly. And who is crying out? Okay, let me move you to a different garden. They get you some Chaos Emeralds while I'm at it. No, GameCube, GameCube. God, if this fiery wisp caught, like, something on fire, this whole school would burn down. Michael Skyline says, no, it takes inspiration from Power Rangers in a way. Oh, alright. Now, I was saying something earlier, but I got sidetracked. In the event where we have some sort of announcement of a new Chao Garden, then what I will do is I will take a snapshot of all of the list of mods I use for you to see, so you can download SA Mod Manager yourself. And then what I'll do is I will export the Chao file to whoever wants their own Chao from the live stream, and then like send that file to you via email. That way, you know, even if these streams go away forever, you could still, you know, play with the Chao you saw on the stream. But that's only if we get a new Chao Garden. We don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. So, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, you actually don't need a GameCube. That's weird. That's weird to say to a kid. You don't need a GameCube. I bet it was you singing, wasn't it? You're so good at singing.
Meddler!
Alright, now,
Emmy!
we never know what might happen next. I need you to get stronger. There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You're excited to get stronger. You crave power. I never did anything with that box. All right, Emmy, you can go to sleep. Because now I'm gonna wake you up. Let's see, put in God mode, fix things up, and then boom. All right, good. You had a good sleep. You had a good sleep. Good. You get back to eating. Man, look at Boo exercising. Look at him. It's like, and the other thing is like, there have been so many.
Why won't the screen go away? There we go.
Like, we have so many Chaos here from so many different viewers, and you know, a lot of them just stop showing up, you know? And again, things happen, but it's just, you know, a thing that I've noticed. And you know, sometimes it could be life. Sometimes you just move on to other things. Sometimes, you have other stuff to do, or maybe you just get tired of watching some people, you know, I'm guilty of that too. Now, I may put Meddler through some Chao Karate and some Chao races before we wrap up, because I really want to see Emmy in action. Once I power him up to max. Secret says, off topic, but when it comes to Smash Ultimate, I currently made Samus. Oh, that's an interesting choice. By the way, there has been rumors going around that in the upcoming Direct, there may be like a new Smash Brothers announced. What do you guys think of that? Like, would you actually want another Smash? Would you actually want another Smash Brothers after Ultimate? Because honestly, with Ultimate, I don't think it'd go any higher than that, you know? Because, like, I think even Sakurai himself said that if there were to be another Smash Brothers game, it would not be nearly as big as Ultimate. Because with Ultimate, there were so many things that had to be done just right, just to make it happen. And, like, I remember there was so much hype surrounding, you know, every time a Smash Brothers Ultimate character got announced. So it's like, would we even want another Smash Bros, or do we just end it on a high note? You did not finish your cake. Finish what you eat. You need to get stronger. Secret says, if it has to remove characters, no. If it doesn't, and it can add more, maybe. But, like, that's just it. Like, I feel like if they were to do another Smash, there'd be quite a few characters that would be removed. Because, like, you know, I feel like the contract and IP stuff would have only applied to Smash Ultimate. Like, there may not have been another Smash game planned. And if there wasn't another Smash game planned, and if they didn't write the contract for that stuff, they would have to, like, go through all the paperwork and legal stuff all over again. So that's why, unless there's, like, a story mode like Subspace Emissary, I don't think there should be another one. Kono the Dragon says, I think the most obvious choice is to give Smash Ultimate a Switch 2 edition. You mean like performance upgrades? Because you can play Smash Ultimate on the Switch 2, even if it's a Switch 1 game. Secret says I'm referring to the base roster, not DLC fighters. Okay, yeah, that would be a lot more doable. That'd be a lot more doable. I'm so tired. Yeah, you keep answering around. I'm gonna give you more game cues for you to consume. Oops, why'd I go here? You know, one thing I've never noticed until now is like there's actually no running water here, even though there should be running water here. God, like, imagine, like, we do get another Chao Garden, but we have to, like, grind the levels for Chaos Drives and Animals again. Like, where it's like the levels feel less of, like, you know, gameplay levels or actual levels, and more like going grocery shopping for the Chao, which is eventually what Sonic Adventure 2 became, unfortunately. Well, for me, anyway. When it comes to Switch 2 upgrades, it's mostly performance and revolution based. Yeah, they would probably have to charge another like 20 bucks or so, kind of like they did with Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Party. Speaking of, I think it was around like the Mario Day celebration. There was actually a significant discount for Mario Party Jamboree, and I actually managed to get it. Plus the Switch 2 edition also. I think it brought it all the way down to like 50 to 60 bucks for the whole thing. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm up for that. So I actually have Mario Party Jamboree now. Now, as for the matter of finding people to play it with, well, that's a whole nother story. Michael Skyline says, I wouldn't mind seeing a brand new Smash Bros. Game with everyone included to go out with a bang if it ends up being the last Smash Bros. Like, at this point, like, if they do make another Smash Bros, like, I don't even know what the final Smash Bros game would be at that point. Like, if they do make another Smash Bros game, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. And to be honest, like, I kind of fell out of it after a while. Like, yeah, it's fun to play, but it's like, you know, seeing everybody get technical with the gameplay and actually trying to fight like a professional gamer and stuff, I guess I kind of fell out of it after a while. Like, I mean, yeah, I wanted to get good at the game, but it's not like I was, like, doing the claw maneuver or, like, you know, pushing a button combination and stuff. I mean, no, I just wanted to have fun. It's like I wasn't going to go to, like, any Smash Bros tournament. I think it was, like, the Smash Bros tournament and, like, for lack of a better word, toxic side of the Smash Bros. Community that kind of made me fell out of it, you know? It's like nowadays, if I want to play Smash Bros, I just want to play it with, you know, my friends or people I actually want to play it with, you know? I wouldn't do online matches or like competitive stuff, you know, just for fun. Tears of the Kingdom upgrade is $10. Like currently, or has that always been the case? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Once I get Emmy's stats to max, I think I'll just do a boss rush because why not? It's gonna be the last Chao Garden live stream for a while. I'll just do what I want. It's always been $10. Okay. That's a Mario game. What is this heresy? Oops, I got rid of the music. Oh, what a shame. Guess you won't be listening to Mario music, you heathen! Blasphemer! Got like for the rest of this day and like tomorrow after work, it's like I feel like I don't want to do anything, but it's like tomorrow I'm actually going to be baking something really special for my mom for Mother's Day. Like lately I've been trying all different kinds of recipes, like, you know, make your own self meals and recipes and stuff. And there was something I found called cinnamon dough balls. And I was thinking about making that dessert for Mom. I think she'll like it. And this will make number 8 in terms of like the number of do-it-your-own meals that I've actually cooked and baked, which I'm actually proud of, you know. Wait. Sean, is that you? Holy cow, you actually... Sean says, so now you're feeding him hard plastic? Look, just because I missed you, you know, like, I'll let you know that GameCube is not plastic. It is, it's a cake. It's a GameCube, formed out of a cake. But seriously, it's great to see you, Sean. Are you doing all right? Like, last I heard, you were still recovering. But still, holy cow, Sean, great to have you here. I mean, shoot, everybody in the Discord group was worried about you, man. Meddler says, microplastics. It is not microplastics. Now this is what I missed. Sean says doing better. Well, that is definitely good news. Great. That is great news. I think a couple more GameCubes should do it. But anyway, just to bring you up to speed, Sean, this is actually going to be the last Chao Garden Livestream are going to be doing it for a while because we're actually going to be trying a new game, Tomodachi Life, because apparently lots of people have been going crazy about that game. We're going to give that a few streams, and if it does better than how this stream's been performing, then we'll go ahead and switch over to that. So, we're not saying goodbye to this permanently, we're just trying something different. That's all. But that being said, we don't know when or even if we'll be bouncing back to this. So I'm gonna buy a few more GameCubes. See, Sean, even Connor the Dragon misses you. I'll just drop that off. So anyway, Sean, with that being said, if there was something you wanted to say to your Chao, or like you wanted to say goodbye to your Chao, this is probably the best time to do so. Let me go find him. SM was injured. Well, long story short, Sean was doing, well, it's not like Sean got hurt per se, but it's more like, actually, no, I probably won't go into details unless Sean is okay with it. Like, it was something pretty serious, but I don't want to divulge it on the stream if Sean doesn't want me to. So Sean says, yep, also Nintendo announced a new Star Fox game. Some of the graphics look horrifying. Are you talking about, like, the characters? Because it seems like the Star Fox fandom seems pretty split about this. Sean says, got really sick. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we'll just leave it at that. That's the short version of it. Not like a typical flu or cold, but, like, he got really sick. That's the best way to describe it. There's Buzzy. So, in terms of, like, the graphics, are you talking about the characters? Because, it feels like the Star Fox group has been pretty split about it. Zekrit says Falco has proper bird legs. But did he really need the proper bird legs, though? He looks like a chicken. So anyway, Sean, since you're here, was there anything you wanted to say to Buzzy? So it's like, I will say for the art style they're choosing for the new Star Fox, it's a choice. I'll say that. It looks great, but also looks very, very different from what we're usually used to in terms of Star Fox. And I feel like that's the biggest problem. Well, for that anyway. Like, for me, personally, my thing was, like, on the one hand, yes, it's a new Star Fox game, finally. But on the other hand, oh god, it's another Star Fox 64 remake! Ah! That's how I thought about it first, but then, another streamer, Austin McLeod, was pointing out some things. Like, one, we're actually getting in-depth cutscenes for the game where, you know, we'll hopefully get more detail and lore that we usually get. There's also the online multiplayer, which a lot of people are excited about. And then there's also the challenge mode where you can try to get better at the game. And you can choose which difficulty you want. So there's no longer an easy path or a normal path or an expert path. All paths are the same difficulty, but you choose the difficulty. Sean says, 30 years and no progress, eh? Well, that's the biggest problem. Is that they haven't been able to progress past 64. Or for that matter, past Star Fox Assault or Star Fox Command. Because, like, considering, like, how bad Star Fox Command was in terms of story, gameplay was fun. It was the story that was the problem. Or at least that was my gripe with, But anyway, Sean, did you want to say anything to Buzzy before we go, or should we just go ahead and get going? But, like... they're definitely more animal-like. Michael Skyline says, it looks like Nintendo's going for a realistic style for the art style, but keeping the anthro style of the characters. Well, it's like... And some people have been saying that, you know, they're trying to make the Star Fox characters closer to, how they were in the original Star Fox, like those puppets. But, like, what about the legs? Sean says, be good, Buzzy. Understood, father. So anyway, like, it does have potential, and, like, despite the disagreements I may have about the art style that it's choosing, like, I really hope it succeeds, because if it does, like, maybe they'll do more with this in the future. Like, but the biggest problem they have, or the biggest problem Nintendo has, is that they're not able to get past 64. They're always trying to remake the wheel or reinvent the wheel when it doesn't need to be reinvented. So it's like, again, with Command, the gameplay was fine. It was the story that sucked. And then Star Fox Zero came around, which was another Star Fox 64 retelling. But lots of people apparently didn't like Star Fox Zero. I mean, I did. Connor says, also, we getting a prologue for James McCloud, which is interesting. Yeah, some people were saying that, with the cutscene for James McCloud, maybe we'll actually get to play as James McCloud and, like, watch him do a final stand before he takes the fall. Because they don't show James McCloud dying. And even the original game had always left it as a mystery, like, what happened to James McCloud? Where is he? Meddler says, something fascinating I learned recently, that a good part of Command's questionable writing is due to its localization kind of being shaky. What does the localization have to do with it? I mean, I don't really know a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, so... Okay, guys. There you go. Now you can talk. Michael Skyline says, well, the gyro controls from Zero were a bit janky, but I do give them credit for at least trying to experiment with new things. And that's the thing with Nintendo. It's like, it's not necessarily just a story, but they're always trying to experiment with new gameplay and new consoles and stuff like that. For better or worse. But it's like, you know, this upcoming Star Fox game might be a bit more story-driven, and it might be for the better. Yeah, so I think what's really driving people crazy or having the Star Fox community split is, like, one, the the characters look more animal-like, and two, is that, again, it's Star Fox 64. But, like, here's how I see it. right now, with this game, the reason for this game is the same reason why they had Fox McCloud in... There we go. The thing is with, sorry, I had to delete a spammer on Twitch. What was I gonna say? Is that the reason for the Star Fox game is kind of the same reason that they had Fox McCloud in the Mario Galaxy movie. They're, A, testing the waters to make sure there's still good enough interest in Star Fox, and B, trying to see if they could get a newer generation of Star Fox fans and get, like, new audiences involved to, like, what's the word? God, what's the word? What's the word? To try to attract the attention of more modern gamers. To make a Star Fox for the more modern age. Again, for better or worse. And the thing is, like, there's so, like, despite the disagreements about the art style, there's already been so many different There's already been so many pre-orders for the new Star Fox game already. Plus, there's also the fact that if you look at the Star Fox game on Nintendo eShop, you'll see that the Star Fox game only cost $50 for digital. And think about it, like, lately we've had games like Mario Kart World that have been charged like $80. There's been the Mario Party and the Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition, which altogether would have been $90. There's been other games listed at 70 or 80. So, like, considering all the expensive prices we saw last year, a Switch 2 game being $50, that's actually a hell of a nice deal, you know? And that's not even like a pre-sale discount or like savings. That's like, it's at $50. Michael Skyline says $50 is a blessing if you ask me. It's exactly, considering, like, you know, how all prices all over the place have been going up, you know? Like, we'll take whatever savings we could get, you know? And also the fact that if we're being entirely honest with each other, speaking of honesty, we're just gonna, oh wait, where is that? It's okay. Just gonna give a little boost, you know, just, you don't see anything, you don't see anything. I see, there we go, okay. And what? Let's see. As I was saying, while I'm definitely not playing God here, there we go. So anyway, if we're being honest with each other, Star Fox, both Star Fox 64 and this, like, latest Star Fox game, like, with Star Fox 64 and this upcoming Star Fox game, if we're going to be honest with each other, like, it is not that long of a game to play. Like, you could probably get through a run in, like, 30 to 45 minutes. You could probably do one run of the Star Fox game. But, like, the real charm of it is replayability. The ability to choose different missions, different paths, and see how the story plays out differently. So, like, the real charm of it is replayability. But, like, take away the replayability, and the game itself is not that long. So, $50, like, for what we're getting, like, $50 is an absolutely fair price. Just guys. The Bean 2010, good to see you. Welcome. So anyway, going back to what Meddler said earlier. Meddler said they wrote a lot of characters differently compared to the original Japanese script, usually for the worse. So they actually wrote the characters different, not just the lines. It's a fairly common issue when it comes to media in general. Yeah, especially with Yu-Gi-Oh! I think Yu-Gi-Oh's like the most apparent when it comes to like, you know, localizing characters and making them seem different. Connor the Dragon says, what are your thoughts on the Pikmin getting a cameo? It's cute. Like, it's cute. I will say that. They're definitely setting up for the Smash Brothers universe. Like, the Smash Brothers universe is going to be the new Marvel's Avengers. That's what it's building up to. So it was cute to have Pikmin. It was funny and out of nowhere to see Mr. Game & Watch. So like, they're definitely setting up for Smash Bros, but it was a fun movie. Michael Skyline says, my Switch 2 collection would be bigger if the prices weren't so high. Yeah, like, aren't the Switch 2 prices actually going to go up due to the shortage of graphics cards or something like that? You should see how different Sonic is due to localizations. Huh, don't remind me. Z-Create says, Z-Create says, need I remind people about the Pokemon Jelly Donuts? Hey, no, whoa. That was for kids. The creators of Pokemon had nothing to do with it. That was all for kids. Ram, then. Michael Skyline says, sadly, yes. Well, it's a good thing I got my Switch 2 when I did. And it was a midnight release. Connor says, and what about Rob? What about Rob? What about him? Michael Skyline says, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very localized. The Japanese versions of the episodes could be a bit unhinged. A bit's an understatement considering some of the stuff I saw in the Japanese version. But yeah, like, for the longest time when I was a kid, I thought they were jelly donuts. It wasn't until I started watching other animes that I was like, oh wait, that's a rice ball. Z-Crate says, last I checked, the 4Kids dub is the only dub of the early parts of the anime. So it was only the early parts where 4Kids dubbed it? I thought they were around for a long time, weren't they? Who is crying? You mean Rob from the Galaxy movie? Oh, that Rob. Yeah, it was pretty funny, like, right? Over. Yes, I am Rob. Have a nice day. Ah, the flight deck. It is right over. Like, it was like the perfect rage bait, and it was driving everyone crazy, and I loved it. Honestly, I've run out of things to say. I've run out of creative juice. I'll let you guys pretend what they're saying. Oops! I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. Sorry, Meddler. But hey, Emmy, since you're awake, let's build up that stamina. That's right. Shake that tree. Shake that tree. Make that fruit drop. Yeah. Really? Secret says, are we good on talking about spoiler? Yeah, like, it's been about a month or like a few weeks since, no, it's been a month since the Galaxy movie showed up in theaters, so it's okay to talk about spoilers now. Talk about whatever spoilers you want, like how amazing the R-Wing looked, or how the story progressed, or how amazing how the R-Wing looked, all the different cameos, how amazing the R-Wing looked. Did I say how amazing the R-Wing looked? Well, it's worth saying again. Oh God! Meddler's Emmy's choosing violence. Aw, I got a little bit of it. Hey, Space Ace Friendly, good to see you. Look, if you're feeling that dizzy, first finish what you eat, and then go take a skinny dip. Ace Fairley, just letting you know, this is the final Chao Garden live stream for a while. We may get back to this at a later point, but we don't know. We're actually going to give Tomodachi Life a try and see where that goes. So, the bean said, right over, right over here. Bye. So we'll go over to see your Chao, Ace Frehley, but if there's anything you wanted to say to the Chao, because we don't know when or if the next time we'll see this Chao, if there's anything you want to say to this Chao, now's a good time. As he's flying away. I don't know why, but it's always the Dark Garden that seems to have the most technical issues when it comes to, like, the textures. Boy. Means I'm just gonna stretch. Well, while you're thinking about that, I'll just go put it back in the water. This really says every Chao has cake. Okay. Well, I already got all the Chaos in the Hero Garden cake, so I'll go ahead and get some cake for everyone in the Dark Garden. Connor the Dragon says, I'm surprised they gave a piece in backstory that she and she's Rosalina younger sister. Like, what? I mean, I do see a little bit of the resemblance, but I really wish they had more time to, I really wish they had more time to explore that. You know, the fact that Peach and Rosalina are sisters. But it's like, the thing what they did with the Mario Galaxy movie is they basically turned Rosalina into the damsel in distress waiting to be rescued. Which is essentially what they did. Like, they had Rosalina in a cage throughout the majority of the movie. Not only that, but like, even Fox McCloud, who is supposed to be a cameo, ended up getting more screen time than Rosalina. Which is awesome, but also kind of sad. And, like, unfortunately, it all boils down to, like, you know, not having enough overall screen time for the movie, you know? And it's like, if you're gonna put so much in it, fine, but make sure there's enough runtime in the movie so you could really flush stories out. But it's like they were cramming so much into here that, they were trying to cram so many references and jokes and stuff like that, that sometimes it felt like less of a movie and more like a Easter egg hunt at times. I mean, I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but like, I really wanted the, I really wanted more of the lore and more of the story to be fleshed out. And it's like, it's either have less stuff in there or give the movie more runtime so you have more time to flesh those elements out. And it's like, I feel like what Nintendo should do, but they won't, is try to learn from the Sonic movies, like the recent Sonic movies. Like, look at those 3 live-action Sonic movies and figure out what they did right. Why those movies were such a big success. Because, like, there are many people that'll say, while the Mario movies are fun, they still can't hold a candle to the Sonic movies. And you might be wondering, why is that? Well, that's actually pretty easy. That's actually easy to answer. Let's see, Connor says, and the second movie's post-credits? My goodness. Oh, and the 2 post-credits. Yeah, where Fox flies away and Dry Bowser is like, Dry Bowser Jr. held in his prison cage with the depressing Luma. And then there's also Daisy showing up at the end. That's pretty awesome. Aw, Rusty, you adorable little creature, you. I'm gonna miss these chows. They're so adorable when they just skip the loo over to you and just beg for attention. Mago Skyline says Samus's ship was in the movie? When was that? I didn't see it. But anyway, here's why the Sonic movies, in my opinion... Okay, I think everyone's got a piece of cake at this point. Maybe except you. Michael Skyline says, the ship port scene, if you look closely behind Peach and Toad, you can see it taking off. Okay. It's a blink, it's a blink and you miss it situation. Ah, that explains it. Connor the Dragon says Luigi's going to get his lady. What was that thing Luigi was singing when he was making fun of Mario? Ah, yes. When the moon meets your eye like a big pizza pie, that's a Yoshi. Wait, why'd I close the door? It'll be interesting to see Daisy in the 3rd movie. But, like... Here's my opinion in regards to why the Sonic movies continue to be superior to the Mario movies. And you might be thinking like, but Steven, the Mario movies are filled with so much characters, there's so many references, but Sonic doesn't have Like, Sonic doesn't have nearly that much. Yeah, that's the point. The main reason why the Sonic movies do better, in my opinion, is that the Sonic movies do more with less. What do I mean by that? When I say doing more with less, the less characters you have, the more time you have to develop them. To help the characters go through this development and story and focus and give each of them their own amount of focus that they deserve. Like, in the first Mario movie, no, in the first Sonic movie, I should say, they just had Sonic. That's it. But because they just had Sonic, they were able to show how Sonic interacted with this new world, how he made friends, how he met Dr. Eggman, and how Dr. Eggman was involved, or first got involved in that world anyway. And then in the second movie, they just introduced Tails and Knuckles. Just those two. That's it. But because it was just those two, they had time to develop them. They had time for Tails to grow this strong friendship with Sonic, and then Knuckles going on this vendetta, this mission, and like explaining like the pain he went through and the struggles he had to go through, especially, you know, being double-crossed by Dr. Eggman and being helped out by Sonic, who he was trying to destroy. Like both the characters had the time to develop and grow. And then with the third Sonic movie, they had Shadow and Gerald Robotnik. Again, that's it. But because they had just those two, they were able to develop them. Like, you had Shadow, like, wake up in this world that was so different, and having him remember the pain of losing Maria, his home, and like going through this whole arc, no pun entirely intended, of like pursuing vengeance and like going through this cycle of hatred and seeing it in Sonic, and then like taking time to sit down and think like how to deal with the pain of loss and how to fix something is screwed up. So because they had less, they were able to develop more. And Connor says, and now we're getting Amy and Metal Sonic. But again, they're just introducing two new characters. They're introducing new viewers to the lore little bits at a time. The Sonic movies are made in a way where even if you haven't played the Sonic games, you don't feel alienated. Everything is explained to you. You get an understanding of why things are the way they are, why these characters are the way they are. They take the time to develop the story and characters and explain that development to you. Whereas with the Mario movies, they expect you to go in already knowing everything that's going on. And you know, for fans, that could work. But for, like, you know, those that aren't fans, it kind of alienates them. Let's see, the Bean says, on the same topic, my brother wanted the Yoshi popcorn bucket, but it was like 40 pounds, and a keychain almost 9 pounds. Oh, you mean... Hold on. You mean this one? Like, originally, I wasn't even gonna get this. I had my eyes set on the Luma popcorn buckets. But unfortunately, the theater I went to didn't really have the Luma popcorn bucket, so I settled for this. Funny enough, I never used it yet. There's a lot of space in here, I'll give it that. God, like, just imagine, like, having the popcorn bucket, having the popcorn filled all the way to the back. Imagine how much of a pain that would be to clean that up. I kind of wish there was a back lid, like to make this smaller, because like when you get to the crooks and nannies, that's gonna be hard to clean up. And it's like, I don't think it's something you can take apart easily, you know? It's not really just take it apart and put it back together again. Like, maybe I'll use this one day. Like, if I do end up using this one day, I'm actually going to see if I can plug up this hole first. Because, like, I'd rather have not get back there, and I would rather, like, plug this back hole and not worry about it. But we'll see. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. But back to what I was saying, the Sonic movies only, like, they only introduce bits and pieces one at a time. Whereas the Mario movies, they expect you to know everything. And I think this is where the Sonic movies shine brighter than the Mario movies, because they actually take the time to develop the story and explain things to you. Whereas the Mario movies, they just throw everything in your face. And I really, really wish that the Mario movies would actually take time to learn from what the Sonic movies were doing. Because, like, if they focus more on the story, like, and part of it, unfortunately, has to do with, you know, no disrespect, but, like, from what I understand, Mr. Miyamoto, oh, it was you that was crying. Here, I'm going to give you some cake. From what I understand, Mr. Miyamoto usually preferred gameplay over story and trying to make the game as fun to play as possible. Which is fine for a video game, but the thing is, you cannot bring that logic to a movie and expect it to work flawlessly. Like, when it comes to a movie, you actually have to have a strong movie with strong characters and nice pacing. Otherwise, the storytelling's just not gonna work. Like, don't get me wrong, like, as much as I'm criticizing the Mario Galaxy movie, I think it's just as good as the, I think it's just as good as, the first Mario movie, which is not a bad thing. But usually when it comes to, like, sequels, you expect them to be, you know, better than the original. And I feel like if there was a little bit more focus on story and characters, that would, like, the major complaint for the Mario movies would be wiped away. We interrupt the singing session for cake. Oh, those two didn't get cake. Three of them didn't get cake. Hold on, I gotta go get more cake. Michael Skyline says, I think I know why Nintendo isn't learning from Sonic, Sega. Sega and Nintendo are still enemies. Wait, when did that happen? Ace Fairly challenges all the Chao to karate match. Okay, we might not have enough time for that. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have time for all the Chaos to compete, but we'll have Emmy and maybe Ace Frehley compete a little bit. Nope. The bean says the cake is a lie. Does that explain why it's free? Been that way for years, but like I thought Nintendo and Sega were on good terms now, aren't they? I mean, it's been a while since their last collab, but I don't think they're like enemies at this point. But like, here's the thing, even if they were rivals, even if they weren't working together, like, if someone is doing something that's working successfully and you're having trouble on your end, then like it would be best to learn from what other people are doing and see how you can adapt it. But what do I know? What I do know is I gotta wake these two up so they can get cake. So they could get cake. Did we rename Penny? Did we rename Smarty? Luigi, Sonic. Oh, we forgot to change Stapy's name to Sage. I gotta go do that. Sony? Maybe that's him? Okay. Alright, we gotta get you cake. But, like, even if that was the case, like, if you learn from what the competition's doing, you can adapt it and integrate it into your own stuff and, you know, make it work. Now, me, on the other hand, I just want to do my own thing. This is just for fun. Alright, now that you're done drawing food, now go eat food. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to rename her before I go. Just in case. Doing. Sonic is owned by Sony now? Do you want to change Chao's name? Yes. There we go. There we go, Sage. Now we got your appropriate name. Now that everyone's got fed with cake. I've actually never seen the Mario Galaxy movie. Jay Webster says, I've never actually seen the Mario Galaxy movie. People don't like the pacing. Yeah, when you go see the movie, you'll understand what I mean. Like, it's going to be a lot of things happening. But once you see it yourself, you'll understand. Now, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to do a boss rush, because why not?
Select a stage.
Because, like, it's going to be a while since it's going to be a while before I play this again. Might as well go through this, because why not?
Okay, bring it on. Bigfoot reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been located.
Copy that.
Boing, 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 dit. Boing, 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 dit. Boing, 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 dit. Ow! Well, there goes my perfect run.
Spider Troop Bigfoot reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been located.
Copy that.
You won't be able to attack it while it's airborne. Wait
Says you!
and attack the fighter's cockpit.
You know, if Chao supposed to be this peaceful creature, alright, anyway. Why is he instructing me to kill?
Hey guys, take care.
Just a minor detail. Why is Oma Chao instructing me to kill someone?
So far, so good. Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you. Faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you
fake.
eat those words.
Yeah, it's crazy to believe that.
There's no time to play games. You won't even get the chance.
You know, it's hard. It's crazy to believe that the original voice actor for Shadow is going to be voice acting a fan-made game. But then again, we did have Jock Blaney voicing Wolf and Peppy before he passed away, unfortunately.
There's no time to play games. You won't even get the chance.
And there's also Estelle who voiced Crystal. And it's like, it's always special when like a veteran voice actor is willing to voice act for a fan-made project.
I see. So you're not just a hedgehog.
I dare you!
Darn. Not bad.
Ah!
Cost.
No, get me back in the water!
Damn.
Spaces Frilly said, who knows, maybe Oma Chao could be a killer robot.
Who's there? What the? A ghost?
Michael Skyline says, I'm not gonna lie, ever since meeting you at one of the Event Horizon dev streams, I've been enjoying your content. I got a kick out of your wine cellar jokes. Well, that's awesome. Really happy to have you here, you know? If I can add something special to people's lives, you know? That's awesome. I did my job. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get back to autism content soon, but it's like, you know, more than anything, I just want to make sure you guys have a good time. That's where I've never been able to hit him twice. Ow! Oh my god, I actually hit him twice! Just when I said it. Oh, wow. That's actually cool. I actually did that. Bruh. Remember me, because I will one day show up in a racing game just to torment you. And it is, and it more of these. Just give me this, but 10 times worse. And there'll be nothing you can do about it. But yeah, I'm really happy to have you here, Michael Skylion. It's been a lot. It's a lot of fun having people here. Gotcha! That's like the fastest I've ever beaten that boss. Holy cow!
What a hassle.
Any updates on Billy? Last I'd heard he was in dinner, but let me see. Yeah, he's still not online, so like, odds are we might not see him, but there's always next week. Ah, darn it. No, 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 no. No. Ah. Space Ace Frilly Girl says, Wine Cellar jokes? Never heard your jokes. It was a running gag we made at Star Fox Event Horizon where it's like Peppy and Rob were having this secret wine cellar that Star Fox didn't know about, but only Peppy and Rob know. So there's like secret passwords somewhere on the Great Fox, and they just chill and have some wine while sitting next to a fireplace. But there's also the running gag where it's like the numerous times where Great Fox would be attacked, And the running gag is like, no, the wine cellar, no! Ah! Haha. Jay Webster says, I'm thinking about buying this game. Yeah, it is available on Steam, and I highly recommend it. Now, understand, though, that a lot of the stuff you see with the Chao Garden stuff, a lot of it involves mods from SA Mod Manager, so just be aware. There's not nearly as much stuff in the vanilla version of the Chao Garden, so just so you know. Now!
Get up there! What are you doing?
Yeah, so, like, the thing is, like, if Billy doesn't show up, that's fine. You know, there's always next week we could try. But I told Billy I would not open the package unless he was watching the live stream.
Long time no see, treasure hunter. Did you find my emerald?
That's a good one. Your emerald. Talking to you is a waste of time.
Very well. If that's how you want to play, I will take it from you.
Well, anyway. There we go. Ouch! Why you? Any rings? There we go. God, it sucks that I can't see where she is. All right, have a good night, Sean. Get some good rest. And you know, I'm glad to see you're doing better. Okay, seriously, where is she? There you are!
Get back here and fight me!
You've made me mad.
Oh, darn it.
Very well. If that's how you want to play, I will take it from you. Memorize Rouge's attack pattern. When she stops, that's the time to attack.
There we go. There we go.
You've made me mad.
Where are you?
Get ready.
Yeah, I can do that too.
You, I mean business. Here I come. Get ready. Black wave.
There we go.
I never lose.
Get away from my emerald.
And fall into the lava while you're at it.
You're no match for me. You weak little fox.
Okay, this one I usually have trouble with. And this is always the part. Darn it. It's always that part.
You're no match for me, you weak little fox.
Lock on to Eggman when you get next to him or behind him.
God, it's like whenever he does that, it's hard to counter. There we go. Like Silence says, to be honest, Event Horizon is very special. It has 2 original voice actors, Jock and Estelle, reprising the roles as Crystal Fox. Yeah, it is really special.
I'll show you the true power of chaos control.
Trying to catch up to you, yeah.
Time to put this to rest.
Whoops! That didn't work.
Before this is over, I'll show you the true power of chaos
Beware of Shadow's special attack. Use the
Time to put
somersault
this to
to
rest.
avoid the chaos sphere.
the ultimate.
Time to put this to rest.
It's funny, the special attack is when he's most vulnerable.
This is the ultimate.
Time to put this to rest.
This is the ultimate.
Ready?
This is the ultimate. This is the ultimate.
Time to put this to rest. Time to put this to rest. Impossible. I am the ultimate light.
Game over, Shadow.
Apparently not. Space Ace Freely says, there's a way to defeat Dr. Eggman. Just throw a Chaos Emerald. If only it was that simple.
Has been detected. En route to intercept and destroy.
Copy that.
Now, unfortunately, I don't have the bounce bracelet, so I can't cheese this like I usually do.
This is Scorpion Troops Hotshot. The enemy is stronger than expected. Request additional support.
Now you request additional support. Oh, I can't reach him. Yoink.
He is too strong.
There we go.
Pathetic humans.
Eggman, you won't get away with this.
Better luck next time, Fox Boy.
I feel like it's kind of cheating since Eggman has extra health.
I can't believe I've come this far just to fail.
This is Flying Dog headquarters. Intruder found entering security hole. Preparing to attack.
Copy that.
There we go. feel like this one's a little more tricky because, like, ouch!
This is Flying Dog.
I feel like this one's a little more tricky than usual because, like, unlike Sonic and Shadow where you can just home in, with Rouge, you have to, like, be precise about your altitude. Doi! Doesn't take an Alma Chow to figure that much out. Ow. There we go. Doink.
Flying Dog at headquarters. We're taking heavy damage. Use the security hole. It's just not possible. This Flying Dog can't be destroyed.
Pretty sure it just did.
Not bad, huh? I'm pretty strong, all right.
So hopefully there's enough time to get at least around a karate match and Chao race, because I really want to put Emmy through her paces.
Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you. Faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Ha! You're not even good enough
I'll
to
make
be
you
my
eat those
fake.
words. You can't get away this time. There's only one real Sonic.
I mean, until you get to like Metal Sonic, Neo Metal Sonic, I mean... Ah, no, back in the water! No, back out of the water!
That hurt.
No time to hang out with the likes of you.
God, there were so many times I almost fell out of the ring. It's like, now you actually act competent, you stupid egg golem. Uh-oh. Pardon me real quick, I'll be right back. Bye-bye. Oh. Okay, so I got an update from Billy. He's on his way shortly, so we'll see. We'll see.
Long time no see, treasure hunter. Did you find my emerald?
Well, actually, at this rate, we might want to save the unboxing until next week.
Hand over
It's not-
those Master Emeralds. Give them to me.
There's not that many people around here left, so that's fine. Like, well, actually, considering how much time it might take for the Chao race and Chao karate, we'll do that. We'll do that and call it a night. It's like, I want to stop around 6:30 because my family wants to watch Apothecary Diary. There we go. Alright. Let's do a little bit of Chao karate and race with Meddler, and then we'll call it a night. Again, this is not goodbye permanently unless we get a brand new unless we get a brand new Sonic Adventure 3 and brand new Chao Garden, that would be the only time. Either way, I'm relaxing and making progress on Mario. It's all good. No worries. I'm actually surprised how much viewership the stream got. It was actually really good. Or at least near the end anyway. It's like around 10 viewers. That's probably the most the Chao Garden stream ever had. Sorry, I was looking at the analytics while I'm streaming. And now to watch those other chows get creamed. And probably have to go to the hospital afterwards. But anyway, I do want to take a moment to thank you all for watching these Chao Garden live streams. We actually had a good run with it, for a few years. And, they might come back, I think it's just we all need to take a little break away from the Chao Garden and try new things. Like, based on what I've seen for Tomodachi Life, I'm actually looking forward to, like, what that'll show. Or, like, what kind of content we can make from that game. And, of course, there's Star Fox coming out next month. Neat. But still, we had a lot of fun, made a lot of memories, and, if we ever do get back to this, like, I'll talk to you guys about it first. But that's going to depend entirely on how well Tomodachi Life goes. Like, so Tomodachi Life, whether or not stay here, it's going to live or die based on your support. Like, if enough people are watching it live, like if we get just as much, if not more support than the Chao Garden, then it could stay. So the first 3 streams of Tomodachi Life is just basically testing the waters. God, that's the fastest I've ever seen that Chao get knocked out. Go. But still, we'll keep an eye out for if there's an upcoming Sonic Central and what it has in store. Yeah, we'll just go over to these 2, and then call it a night. Why does the Chao have human ears? I just noticed that. Why? There you go, Emmy. You can go, go. God, look at her go. I think Emmy's moving so fast that the feet can't keep up. Maybe we might try the very last race too while we're at it. Man, Amy's leaving everybody in the dust. I mean, definitely not in part of any tweaking of any kind. Don't judge me. Oh, trouble. Anyway. Alright, have a good night, Ace Frehley. Thanks for dropping by. Go. Yes, no try box. Go. God, like sometimes I smell my fingers and I still smell the spices from the spicy chicken arias I made the other day. It was also the first time I cooked with green peppers. Never again. That stuff burned the back of my throat. Ugh. Yep. Also, why does the Angel Chao have animal parts? She didn't have those animal parts before. Oh god, that Chao's swimming fast. Pick up the pace a little bit. Sorry, I'm just trying to message Billy. Alright, let's try to do that final race just out of curiosity. Thursday. Alright. Almost. We're gonna do one last race and then we'll call it. The ultimate rematch. Now, last time Dash got creamed, so I want to see if there's a difference or not. And here we go. Oh, well, at least he's trapped with me. What's up? Come on, come on, get up, get up. He's still fast. What the frick? Why? I don't think we're winning this one, guys. I don't think we're winning this one. Hey, maybe you can pick the wrong one. Pick the wrong one for me. Really? You just gotta pick the right one? Okay, fine. Fine. That's fine. I know when Star Fox comes out, things are gonna get nuts. Yeah, like, one way or another, it's gonna get crazy. And you know, who knows? Maybe I'll get to do some collabs with Austin McCloud on the multiplayer part. We'll see. I'll have to message him first about that. Okay, there might be a chance. Okay, my only hope is if he runs into like a trap hole or something. Because I barely have any stamina left. He would have to fall into a trap hole and I would have to avoid a trap hole. And of course he doesn't go to the trap hole. Figures. Whatever. I'll be around if you need more people to play with. Sure. Well, we tried. Alright, well, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for the Chao Garden live streams for quite a while. I don't know when or even if we'll return to these, but nevertheless, I do want to thank everyone who has ever supported the Chao Garden live streams at one point or another. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, this feels really sentimental, you know? It wasn't just, you know, me streaming this, like, we built this. Like, we built this together, you know? I'm gonna miss it. Take care, little Gino. Nagoshi, I leave it to you, buddy. I'm happy with what we built. I really am. But that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for all the love and support over the years. And, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll see us again at some point, or maybe there'll be a new Chao Garden. But, thank you for all your support. Hope you're looking forward to Tomodachi Life next week. And until the next live stream, see you later.